Okay.
Fire Emblem Three Houses dropped last Friday. I've been having a great time with it. I hit the 10-hour mark last night, and I'm really enjoying my time with it. As a fan of Fire Emblem that hopped on with Fire Emblem Fates, which from the longtime community was kind of divisive, it seems like everybody's loving Three Houses, myself included. I really love all the additions and changes they made to progress the series forward, adopting things from other series that work well and work perfectly in Fire Emblem, and I want to talk about the benefits of hopping on for this entry in the series. So this is going to be very spoiler-free. I'm only 10 hours in, like I said. I've been taking my time. I think I'm on the 3rd month event, the Rite of Rebirth. I think that's the 6th or 7th month in the game. The game starts in April. I picked the Black Eagles. I wasn't super sold on Edelgard. I think Claude is a more compelling leader as far as design goes, but Edelgard has grown on me a lot. I ended up choosing the Black Eagles because that was my gut choice when they first revealed the Three Houses, and seeing the overall cast of the Black Eagles made me want to align with them. I really like Ferdinand so far. Petra is awesome. Lionheart has been growing on me, but Hubert is awesome. Hubert's great. And my favorite part about the Black Eagle so far is there are characters like Lionheart and like Bernadetta that really just kind of, when I saw what they were, I thought that was it. And I was like, you know what, you're getting like the short end of the stick for my resource management. But I've been slowly putting more effort into them and progressing their leveling and focusing on the subjects they have interest in. And I've been getting some cool character moments from them that I didn't really expect, especially with the surrounding cast. And that's why I think Fire Emblem taking the choice to separate the gameplay even further this time around with the Persona-style academic system and then the turn-based strategy battle system was a brilliant idea. So much of my 10 hours in-game clock, because let me tell you, I've reset a few times, so much of that time has been actually just enjoying exploring the monastery. It's a very simple thing, but it's so pleasurable finding secrets, finding lost items, having conversations with people that are in your house and other students that just go to the monastery is charming, and something that I always appreciate is the world feels lived in. I'm really enjoying my interactions with both Dimitri and Claude. I really have a lot of appreciation for all three house leaders, as well as their classmates. I think that the cast here is awesome. The faculty is really cool too. Everyone has their own problems, their own interests. You can find items, like I said, that give you clues on who the owner is. Luckily, the roster of your class does have their likes and dislikes on it, so I found a set of tea bags. I looked through my roster just to double check, and it turns out Ferdinand loves tea, so I bring it to him. Our partnership level raises. There's a lot of small things that make exploring the monastery, just talking with your peers and students, works well because it's rewarding. And the overall vibes I get from the monastery and the professors there, and class instruction, really it just screams Harry Potter and Hogwarts even more than I was expecting, but it has its own twist on it, because yeah, there's magic here, but that's not a focus. It's very much a Western-inspired, European, Middle Ages academy, and while at surface level it does feel very much like Christianity, there's so much lore to Fodlan that you can get from simple interactions. Or, if you want to be a nerd like I was, I went to the library and I spent like 20 minutes just reading histories of Fodlan in the library, because the game lets you do that. So far, progression has felt immensely rewarding. The story is starting to pick up a little bit of pace in terms of a mystery that's starting to feel more and more present throughout the campaign, but I'm a big fan of that, and I think that alone is worth it. But another thing I love about Fire Emblem is the strategy grid-based battle system. And I'm playing on hard classic mode, so like I said, I've had to reset a few times. I've lost a couple people in the few main end-of-the-month missions I've done so far. So far, in each fight, I've gotten by a few times by the skin of my teeth, and the amount of satisfaction I get from seeing one of my units dodge an attack when they only have like 4 health left, it's incredibly satisfying. It's so rewarding to see your crew just survive and work so efficiently. I can only compare it to beating a Dark Souls or a Bloodborne boss that you've been banging your head against for hours. But luckily with Fire Emblem, it's more forgiving in terms of the reaction time and overall mental investment you have to have as far as pacing goes, because you do get the turn-based aspect of it. Playing on normal, playing on casual is still very rewarding in that sense, but for me, having the pressure of knowing that some of my units can die, having the decision of a couple times really considering letting them die just because the battle took so long, it adds pressure and adds stakes for my experience with the game that I appreciate. So I do think it is totally worth hopping in on Fire Emblem Three Houses if you're new to the series, because this is a standalone story, world, and characters, like I've mentioned in my previous video about Fire Emblem. I really think it's very accessible, and I think that will go a long way in the long term. We've already seen incredible reports of sales for this game. It's #1 on Amazon. It's sold out in several places. Last time I checked, it was sold out on Amazon. The physical versions, one of my friends went to pick it up at Walmart, said it was sold out. Went to GameStop, said it was sold out. But it just feels good to have this many people enjoying and getting excited about a strategy game. It's crazy that that is potentially going to be one of the best-selling games on the Switch of this year. And again, probably one of the Game of the Year contenders, especially for myself, if the rest of the game has the same momentum and build-up that I've been experiencing so far. So one more time, if you haven't hopped in yet, I cannot recommend the game enough. I'm really loving it. And again, I'm newer to the series. I think this is still very approachable. They really set a lot of time aside to be sure to introduce you to new mechanics if you are new, but they give you the choice to speed through those things if you're a series veteran. But with that being said, be sure to shout out your house and let me know who your favorite unit is so far, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of diversity in there. And if you did stick around this long, I appreciate it a ton, because the channel's been doing extremely well, and that's all thanks to you. So I wanted to just put it out. Another very sincere thank you for helping get Joy-Clicks to where it is right now, and presumably where it's going to go in the future. I have a lot of things planned, and as always, good vibes and good game.